welcome to Highly Questionable. Last day without Dan. This is his father, Gonzalo. That's Izzy Gutierrez. What we got up today?
Well, TMZ's snitching on a guy, this time before his career even starts.
Stop snitching. Let's go.
Should Cowboys fans be optimistic or pessimistic about the team's quarterback situation after last night?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yesterday on the show, somebody said something about if Tony Romo gets hurt. I said it's when Tony Romo gets hurt. Guess who was right? All right, I don't mean to laugh at the man getting hurt or nothing, but he looked too old for all this running. Cliff Averill got him from behind. He went right to the back. And the thing about him going to his back is Tony Romo this year has been talking about how he's feeling better than he has in years, all the things old guys say. And now he's an old guy with back problems whose back seems to hurt right there. Dak Prescott came in. He looked to be impressive for a rookie, but that's the caveat. For a rookie. With Tony Romo, this team should walk to a division. With a rookie, we have no idea what it'll look like.
And they want to soften this for the fans. They want to tell you Tony Romo felt great afterward. He wanted to come back into the game, and it's not that serious of an injury that they just held him out. But it was his first big hit, as he says. And Tony Romo says, I should actually feel good about it because I took a big hit, and I was, if this were a serious game, be able to come back in. But it was just that also, your first hit. You're going to get hit again and again and again. And if that back is going to be a problem, I don't think anybody has the confidence that he's going to be able to stay in the games for the season for the long term. That's where Dak Prescott is critically important, and I do think he has some life to him, but man, they're going to have to treat Tony Romo with kid gloves in order for him to get through a season.
You know, Prescott was telling him right there, was telling Tony, you know, you got to go for a bigger run, a longer run. You got to go all the way to the end line. You know, that was a short one. You know what I mean? You got to go. You got to keep on running. You got to keep on running. You got to keep on running.
He's like, oh, you're not coming back in the game? I didn't know you were soft.
Was it a bad look for Ezekiel Elliott to visit the marijuana dispensary before the game?
Well, there was this TMZ video where somebody's sort of filming through the dispensary, and as he pans over, all of a sudden you see a giant red arrow pointing at Ezekiel Elliott, and he's in there.
Check out that picture of Jimi Hendrix. I hope they didn't pay very much for that. Right? Like, that's all I'm asking. This is exactly what I imagine one of their dispensaries would look like in one of these legal states, by the way.
He's in there, and they spotted him in there, not purchasing anything. That's all the video shows.
Give him a second. Let it go ahead. Let it build. And the red arrow will be coming soon. Oh, Urban Legends. Let's see what they did there. Oh, there it is.
There it is. There's TMZ snitching and pointing out Ezekiel Elliott with a big giant red arrow. And yeah, I do think it's a bad look. And Jerry Jones is panicking a little bit, saying it's not good, but it's really not that bad either.
Well, first of all, Jerry Jones says it's not good. That's funny because I hear the exact opposite about what they got going on up there. That being said, Jerry Jones being the guy to be like, you can't be getting caught in pictures and videos doing things that you're not supposed to do. You're Jerry Jones.
Well, you know, Ezekiel Elliott played very well in the game. Maybe, you know, that helped him. You know, Jerry Jones should be proud.
I don't know if it helped him in the game, but I bet it helped him make friends after the game. Like, yo, I saw where you went earlier today.
Do you think Bruce Bochy secretly regrets leaving Matt Moore out there for 133 pitches?
Now, we have to remember, we asked this question a couple years ago about Johan Santana coming off of surgery, and that no-hitter was effectively the end of Johan Santana's career. But here we go. Matt Moore, he's in the ninth inning. There's the hit to break up the no-hitter. And I mean, 133 pitches is interesting because that sounds like a whole lot of pitches now, though most of us were alive at a point where that could be just another day at the office. He said he basically had to give him a chance. And I feel like for Matt Moore, your chance at what feels like immortality, you'd be really mad if your boss took you out, especially in a 4-0 game.
Yeah, it's such a tough spot for these managers. With Matt Moore in particular, you're talking about a guy whose previous career high was 120 pitches, and that was in 2013 before he had Tommy John surgery. So yeah, if you're Bruce Bochy, you're sitting there pacing, wondering whether it's worth it. And it's the, you know, the individual accolade and the individual success versus the team success and the long-term success. But man, if you pull him in that moment and you get anybody in that clubhouse turning on you as a manager, that's probably an even more dangerous spot in terms of long-term success. You're kind of flipping a coin there or rolling the dice when it comes to him and his arm.
Well, guys, I think that you're missing the big story. Did you see that Dodgers fan?
Oh, yeah, I kind of forgot about that because I was so busy talking. It's a common theme in my life right here.
Ah, yes.
Hey, buddy, you know, the Dodgers, they lost the game, you know?
I actually hadn't thought about that. I was just so caught up in the no-hitter. I guess that did happen.
I'm pretty sure he was just doing an impression of you, Poppy.
How long will you remember Jared Dyson's catch?
All right, people are talking about this like this is an all-time great catch. You can watch it right here.
No, of course you can. Marlins.
Here we go. Here we go. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Not quite as impressive as Otis Nixon against the Pirates in 1992, I believe it was, but of a similar vein.
Not as memorable as Bo Jackson running up the wall, probably not as memorable as Ken Griffey against the wall, but the timing on that was phenomenal. And you consider the danger he put himself in where he's just blindly going up one leg into the wall, like that's dangerous. It's a heck of a catch.
We'll remember this until the end of this segment.
Pretty much.
This is the last question in the segment.
Coming up next on my son Stevie show, we talk to Vince Staples.
All right, so me and my cousin TJ had we was kind of fighting in my Aunt Carol's room, kind of, but not really. And we had broke the bed frame in her guest room because he a little chubby, and I pushed him. So my mom was like, so since y'all want to fight, y'all gonna go fight, and then whoever loses got to buy the food because we need something to eat. And I done had the money, so I made sure I won that one.
My son Stevie show is presented by Modelo Especial, brew with a fighting spirit since 1925. Brought to you by Modelo Especial. Joining us at the beach today is Vince Staples.
All right, it's his second go-round with us. His new EP, Prima Donna, is out today. You can also order the limited edition vinyl version of Prima Donna at vincestaples.com. Let's talk to him. All right, so Vince, let me get this straight. You did not have a cell phone until 3 years ago. Is this correct?
Yeah, I mean, I had some, but I lost them, and I didn't pay for the insurance premium. And down at the T-Mobile store, they don't like to let those kind of things slide. So I went probably like 7, 8 months without one, and I would get one, break it or lose it, and then get another one. But, you know, I made my way. I made do.
Yeah, you may do, but how annoying was it for everybody else that needs to try to catch up with you?
I stay in the house. I don't go out much. I'm easy to find. You can just ring the doorbell. I'm going to open the door. And if I'm leaving the house and everybody know where I'm at, it's probably for like a show or a gathering or something like that. But I stay in the house, man. Xbox.
Yeah, but like, was that your house or your mom's house? Because if getting you a cell phone would have got you out the house, I would have got you a cell phone.
But see, it was my girlfriend at the time's house, so she probably
I would have. So she didn't want to give you the cell phone because the cell phone could then lead to motion.
Yeah. He was at work, so it was just my house until about 4 p.m. And then it became a dual situation. But I didn't really need one. I had a laptop. You know, you could have emailed me. I was kind of trying to focus a little bit more on staying out of trouble, staying at work. So it's easy to lose your focus when you got other things to do. So at that point in time, I just made it to where I didn't have anything to do but work. And, you know, that's how we got to where we are today. So I think it was an all right idea.
Okay, you mentioned staying out of trouble, but I read where your mom, when you were younger, used to drive you fights that you'd get into. Is that right? And
yeah, you know how you watch the movie and then, like, you know, the kids get in a fight at the baseball arena and then the dads put them in the backyard. It was that type of situation. It's like, it's not about to be no big deal. If y'all mad and y'all supposed to be friends, y'all gonna go beat each other up and then y'all gonna get over it. And, you know, most of the time, it don't even really gotta go that far, and then she do the okay. It really gotta go that far, and then she do the okay, y'all gotta make up thing. But yeah, my mom was a big proponent of you not gonna come to the house talking about somebody beat you up. That's, you know, stereotypical 1960s style, leave it to Beaver parenting. That's what we had going on, kind of like Craig.
Take us through one of those, Vince. Take us through one of those situations, one of the more memorable ones where she just put you in the backyard and said, hey, hash this out.
All right, so me and my cousin TJ had we was kind of fighting in my Aunt Carol's room, kind of, but not really. And we had broke the bed frame in her guest room because he a little chubby, and I pushed him. So my mom was like, so since y'all want to fight, y'all gonna go fight, and then whoever loses got to buy the food because we need something to eat. And I done had the money, so I made sure I won that one. But my mom is very no nonsense when it comes to the way that she handles our interaction. She's big. If it's not worth it, then don't make it worth it, because you can't just talk about it. You got to really go beat each other up. I got a big family, so.
Well, did you have some moment when you realized that rappers didn't make as much money as people think?
Yeah, when Warren G lived around the corner from me growing up in the gated community. He had a nice house, but it was still by us. So we was like, oh, I guess. And he was cool. We used to see him at the grocery store. He used to talk to us and hang out with us. Like, you supposed to be famous and rich, and you hanging out with us. And it was kind of a relief, because that was somebody who we saw literally all the time, who was just a cool dude, but he was quote unquote famous, especially still living in Long Beach. Like, never had no problems, never had no kind of crazy situations, but everybody literally knew who he was. But it was just a respect that people cared for him. And even seeing Andre 3000, like, being someone that I've gotten to, you know, because to consider my friend, is just seeing how he handles himself. He don't got no security guards. He walk around by himself with his backpack, maybe an assistant or something like that, his son. but he's literally one of the most famous and most successful rappers of all time. And that means nothing to him because he's still a human being. Dave Chappelle, I can go along the list of people that I know who just, posture themselves if they're regular people. And we all respect who we are as people. You love yourself, hopefully, and it's nothing that will make you feel better about yourself than someone who you see eye to eye with.
Like being the quote-unquote regular dude still how you want to play it?
I mean, it's easier than it seems, you know what I mean? I feel like people treat you how you perceive yourself to be treated. And if you are as polite and kind and things like that, then people always treat you that way. I'm lucky enough to come from a place in a city that was very accepting of certain things. So to me, it's not hard to look at it in a sense of being, a modest person. I think modesty is really what makes it acceptable. And just being honest, because we all not making the most money. We not all millionaires as we try to perceive and things like that. But I know it's part of the aesthetic and the allure behind what we do as a genre. But it's fine to be honest with people and be regular. You know what I mean? In hip hop, it's hard to find the working class artist. And a working class artist is a thing amongst a lot of just art forms in general. But when you're the rapper and you're the working class artist, it doesn't really work out because being a part of the rapper is, the overcoming all the odds to become the big man type thing that we all posture. And that's been a constant part of hip hop. But I feel like at this point in time, just with the internet and just the way the kids are growing, I feel like honesty is the best thing we can do for these kids. And that's one thing I do with I got some youth programs and things like that back at home. And what I try to explain to those kids is that it's always going to be a medium. Like, you can be a superstar, but not everybody's going to be a star, and not everybody's going to be bottom of the barrel. But there are steps along the way, and there are things along the way to keep you within the things that you love and keep you within a comfort level that would position you better in the long run because you'll be more realistic about your goals and expectations and where you can go and where you are right now. So, the first step is kind of being honest with yourself. You're honest with yourself, then it's easy to be honest with other people, and then the way that you interact with other people will always go over better.
Now, before we let you go, do you still hate Chris Paul?
Hate him to death. But, he didn't have – I feel like if he didn't try to punch the dude in his junk and break his finger, then we might have had a chance and we could have got a little bit further. But, he the team captain, so we rocking with the team captain. But we going to see what happens to that team in the next couple of years because they don't play together, so.
But who do you like? Because I feel like I know everything about all the guys you don't like in sports and nothing about the ones you actually do like.
I love Russell Westbrook. I love Eric Bledsoe.
I do that.
You know what I mean? I love Andrew Wiggins. I like that whole Timberwolves team, actually. That team is going to be crazy one day. I love Porzingis. He's the man. I like a lot of players. I love J.J. Redick. That's my favorite Clipper. DeAndre got me kind of hot.
J.J. Redick.
Of course. You see the hair, bro? You see the release, the form? He's the man. He remind me of Keith Kloss. Remember Keith Kloss was on the Clippers?
They're grown up in Clippers. The next time we have you on, we have to talk about that because I don't know why anybody would do that on purpose. All right, Vince Poppy's got a question for you. What you got, man?
Vince, what is the craziest thing you have seen in one of your concerts?
I had an all ages concert where people were having sex in the front row, and it made me real uncomfortable. And I was like, I leaned over. I was like, hey, y'all gotta chill. And he was like, nah, man, this is amazing. And just the passion in his eyes during that horrible act, I couldn't even really be mad at him. Because I'm like, I don't know what y'all's situation is. Y'all might be getting married. You might be 30. You might be 17. You never really know. We was in Arizona. Everybody looked the same. But that's something that I wasn't really fond of. I've had several asthma attacks. Almost died last week, actually, in Denver, Colorado. So it gets kind of crazy. But, it's another death office.
I guess you can take it as a compliment.
It was just weird, because like they looking at you while it's happening, and then it's like, what am I supposed to do in this situation? I wanted to just get off the stage, but can't do that, so you just gotta.
They don't have security to take care of
it.
that. They gotta have the artist himself tell the people not to do that in front of the stage.
It's Arizona. It gets different in Arizona.
Wow.
Vince, man, appreciate it.
Thank you, Vince.
Definitely, I'll see y'all soon.
Gracias, Vince. Gracias. Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. You see it. I know you see it. I'm like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. How many girls from the club want to go? I know you see it. I know you see it. Son's TV show is presented by Modelo Especial, brew with a fighting spirit since 1925. Time to play the game that can live without you. Do you question?
Give us topics and events, and we question them.
Do you question if this guy's interested in living to old age?
Okay, we're going to take you to a giant chimney in Romania. Oh.
Is that a unicycle?
You know, there are people who watch this and get sick. Like, they can't even watch this without getting dizzy.
Well, as a proponent of the natural sciences, I'm rooting for gravity. It's the force that keeps us all humble.
At what point do you decide I need to go this far with
Hold on.
it?
Lots of moving bricks here. Why are you still doing this? Why is this not stopped? Oh, and
He's filming himself. This is a selfie stick.
Wait, his feet are on the wheel?
What?
I don't know if he's interested in old age. I am interested to watching his attempts at making it to old age, though.
I mean, I really hope that that was a one-take situation, because if he tried that and it ended up worse than that, wow, that is super scary.
If there were a need for a take two, they would have to stop after take one.
You know, he's also a very good juggler.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, my.
Somehow this is safer. See, the key to this is you can't be so dedicated to actually continuing the juggling, right? Like, once it goes a little bit off, you just got to let it go. In the meantime, you're just throwing sandwiches up in the air.
Why?
Plus, he really has a strong grip, though.
Yes, and there's more. This got to be at work.
Okay. This is clearly a death wish.
And he's waving. Also, he must be a lot stronger than he looks.
Wave goodbye.
Do you question if it is cool to wear a bathrobe in public?
All right, Lala put this on her Snapchat yesterday.
This is how a particular person goes to the store with a robe on. Who do you know goes to the corner store with a robe on? And you just had to wear the robe with your name on it, right? Because that wasn't gonna attract any attention, right? You talking real aggressive? I'll knock you out.
Okay, so what is actually drawing more attention here? The mellow on the bathrobe or the Olympics hat that he's wearing with the mellow on the bathrobe, just in case you weren't sure who he was?
No, man, this is more of the summer of Mello. He's a man of the people. He goes out to the corner store in a bathrobe just like everybody else. Just so happens it has his name on it, and he has the Olympics hat, but that's neither here nor there. He is a man of the people. I like to see it.
She's also saying that how you gonna draw more attention to yourself, like you not the one standing there with
Right.
a camera talking loud, documenting the whole thing. New York is weird, man.
You know, if I wear mellow, I'll go to the store wearing just gold medals, nothing else. 3 big gold medals,
That's not
nothing
gonna go.
else.
That won't go far enough.
That visual. Where do you put the bronze?
Time to play the game that doesn't want Dan to come back. See? Or no?
You tell us what to watch on TV tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued or not.
On NBC, The Timeline.
Look, the NFL Network's the league's propaganda machine, but they're really good at producing content. Check this out. This show is about Peyton Manning's 2013 season, the one that ended with the heartbreak of getting smashed by Seattle. But here he is watching film with his brother. Hey, it's cut clip. Hey, see that?
Where we're going to have to hit a point where the drill, perfect the drill.
You'd kill me. That crunching.
How you lunch?
Just got to eat the bag.
I want to see. Not easy. Easier.
Let me open it.
Quit. I can't hear what he's saying.
Here.
You're enjoying that, aren't you?
He really was going
I'm
on.
trying to eat.
Two of the most famous athletes in America. If you didn't know that before watching that, would you ever believe it? Izzy, are you intrigued?
I could just watch the video of Eli chewing on those chips for about half an hour. That's going to be like one of the more popular GIFs on Twitter for a long time. That interaction between those two was gold.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, what was the old guy doing there? You know, what was his contribution to the video? There was Eli, there was Peyton Manning. How was the other guy? What was he doing there?
The guy who's a good enough coach to make Duke good. You don't have to say anything after that.
People, they say the same thing about me.
Well,
Who is that guy there? He's not making a contribution.
And he's good enough to make us good, which is pretty hard to do.
And then he just takes off his clothes sometimes.
Wait, him or him?
Oh, you want to see that?
No.
Yeah, let's see it. Why not? Yeah.
No.
It's showtime.
No.
There you have it.
Yeah,
There
happy
you have
birthday to
it.
me, guys.
There you
Happy
have
birthday
it.
to me.
Have it all. That's all the time we have today. Thank you for watching.
All right, we will be back after Labor Day, and we'll decide if we're letting Dan come back. Brad Morgan, thank you. See you guys in a couple of weeks.
Happy birthday, Bo.
That too.
Is today your birthday, Bomani?
Yeah.
Are you having a party?
Yeah.
Can I come over?
No.
No, why not? We're supposed to be buddies here, you know.
Age limit, man. You might go tell somebody.
No, I won't tell anybody. I'll keep the secret. Party at Bomani's.
Yeah.
Everybody's invited. Come here.
Bo's place. I heard he has the bidet.